So some pretty quick cars here in this heat race. Green flag is in the air. And now Rivers will work on Billy Du Bois. He'll take that spot. And now Grigsby will work on Hetzel. He's going to try and work on Billy Du Bois next. And Grigsby will take that spot and move up into the redraw. And trouble here on the front stretch for Mike Hetzel. And it's going to have to bring out the yellow flag, as now they just got it going again. Unfortunately, not going to be able to take that lap, I don't think. We'll see if they did or not, as they're not able to take that. In the air, Rivers and Grigsby will head out into turn number 1. Now Bill Taylor's going to get to the outside. He'll make that pass on Billy Du Bois. And now it's going to be Rivers, Grigsby, Taylor, top 3, looking for 2 spots into the redraw. And here comes Bill Taylor. That car has found something with the work of Chad Homan and Bill Taylor putting their heads together. That car has gotten so much better. Bill Taylor on the Dale Valley diecast ride. But up front, John Rivers, halfway to go, and the East Coast Speed Machine is starting to pull away. All these guys starting to run identical times except for John Rivers. He's got about a 3/10 of a second advantage every single lap. Does John Rivers. 2 laps left to go for Rivers. And now Bill Taylor's going to try and pull up again to Grigsby. We're just not able to make anything happen. White flag in the air. And the Callahan Towing Rush late models. And checkered flag is out for John Rivers, picking up the heat race win. And he's going to go right on by. He don't want to talk to you, Nate.
Good run, John.
Yeah, good run. That's going to be John's first heat race win of 2025. And that 20-minute intermission, not too long. Green flag in the air. And Du Bois and Homan will head into turn number 1 and 2. Du Bois will slide up the racetrack. And trouble for Chad Homan. That opens up the door for Doug Ricotta. Ricotta will take over that second spot, move him into that all-important redraw spot. Power comes underneath the Homan ride now. Dave Du Bois will lead lap number 1 as he has that car glued to the bottom of this racetrack. And here comes Bill Holmes as he's going to work down the back straightaway. He'll get to the back bumper of Doug Ricotta. He'll get to the inside. And he'll fall back in line. As Holmes knows how important it is to get by the 01 of Doug Ricotta. Time by, fastest car on the racetrack was the 01 of Doug Ricotta. And here goes Ricotta, gets by Du Bois. You have to wonder if that issue is still hampering Du Bois that he had last week. He thought he had the kinks figured out. Unfortunately, he doesn't. Du Bois and Holmes both get by. Doug Ricotta to the point. And unfortunately, again, the carburetor issue for the outlaw Dave Du Bois has reared its ugly head, and it's happened again. And now Chad Homan gets into the back bumper of Du Bois, not trying to do it, but unfortunately the car just stalling out on the outlaw. And now Homan works past him, and you can see that car lose power, the 012, and then it just picks up power. And Du Bois thought he had it figured out when they practiced the car. And unfortunately, he doesn't. As Doug Ricotta, white flag in the air, looking to pick up his third heat race win of the season. Checkered flag, Doug Ricotta will pick up the heat race win. Bill Holmes will be second into the redraw, Chad Homan third. And it's going to be Dave Du Bois in fourth, Jimmy Button in fifth. And that will do it for our heat race action. We're feature racing the rest of the way. Going to be a brief intermission here tonight. Nothing like we've ever done before. We don't have to really water this track. It's been really good all night, so they're going to do some work to it. And we'll be about probably a total of 20 minutes. It sounds like they're going to call the novice up in about 10. And by the time we see green flag racing. But we're going to meet with Doug Ricotta, and then we'll have Nate come down and meet with Evelyn Bally down here at the bottom of the tower to take you down to see Rich Conti. And then I will meet with some of the go-kart drivers.
Well, fans, I'm down here with the ageless one, Doug Ricotta. Doug, you had to work for that one to win.
Yeah, I guess they got bobbled up down there, and I just was down low enough on the bottom to get by him there. But we made a few little changes on the car, and it seemed to help it right there. So we'll go redraw and see what we have for the later night.
Awesome. I know you've been working on this XR 1.2 all year, so hopefully it's finally where you want it, and you get a good redraw spot.
Yeah, we didn't stop working, and we're gaining on it little by little, but the season's almost done. But we'll see what we got for him later.
Awesome. Let's hear it from him again, folks. Doug Ricotta.